Oh my God, look at that. Look at that, Nick. All right, you gonna tip me big on the next pack, Nick? You owe me, buddy. Buy this last pack for big for me, since I did you right. All right, Nick, what kind of tip? What kind of tip you giving me on this last pack, Nick? I pulled that for you, bro. Come on. Come on, Nick. Come on. Oh.
Pokemon rip and shippers have completely taken over the hobby for all of the wrong reasons. These card thieves, scammers, and scalpers have turned what used to be a fun collecting hobby into a complete mess. These rip and ship streams are live videos where sellers open Pokemon packs that viewers can buy online. They buy a pack, they open it live on camera, and then they mail you the cards. But a lot of these live streamers have been caught reselling packs, swapping out their hits, and just in general scamming their buyers. Whatnot is one of the biggest platforms for these rip and shippers, and it's filled with shady sellers who are pretending to be small business owners while they're running these scams live. And a lot of times these streamers are just scalpers. You know, the people in the stores who go and buy up all of the products and then sell it for double or triple the price right after, when you can't even manage to get a single pack of cards. It feels like now the Pokemon community has just become a massive cesspool of greed, theft, and scammers. Another day, another dollar. Let's make sure that lighting looks good. All right, we got our packs, we got our phone, we got the light. Let's get started. All right, guys, we're opening some more Pokemon packs today. Brand new, inbox, never been touched or tampered with. Cool, looks like we got our first sale. Let's open this pack up. All right, brand new. Oh, they're upside down. Oh, all right. And flip. Oh, shit. Let's see what we got. All right. So looks like we got a Sea King and Tadbulb. All right, nice hits. We're going to send these out. We'll ship them out after the stream. Whoa, what was that in the back? Oh. Yep, nice pulls. All right, next customer. Originally, platforms like Whatnot used to be a safe and fun way for collectors to buy and sell products through live auctions. Now, more than anything else, it feels like it's just a breeding ground for grifters and scammers. You've got people running streams where they open sealed packs for buyers, but those packs aren't always legit. Many of them are resealed, weighed, or even tampered with before the stream. Some streamers have even been caught on camera opening real packs off screen, keeping the rare cards and then replacing them with worthless commons before showing them to the viewer. These buyers of the stream are spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars thinking that they have fair odds. Instead, they're just getting robbed live with a group of people in the chat watching it all go down. Whatnot is getting better now, but in the past, they barely did anything about it. Sellers who got caught running these scams just make a new account and then they're back up within a couple of days. These people who are running the live streams aren't real collectors. They're just lying to make a quick buck off of people who don't know any better. And in general, they're just taking advantage of people who actually support them. The rip and ship trend has exploded, especially within the last couple of years, mainly because people have a really hard time getting their hands on physical product. And for the first time, fans felt like they could buy packs to be opened live by a creator. At first, it was entertaining and it seemed legit because you're buying from a trustworthy seller, and they always came in sealed boxes that couldn't have been tampered with. But as that format grew, it became a business model for smaller streamers. They started selling random loose packs instead of sealed boxes. And this is where all of the problems began. The issue is you can't verify where those packs come from if they've been weighed or tampered with, and most modern Pokemon sets can't be tracked after they've been opened from their original seal. So whenever you're buying from these people, you're pretty much just taking their word that it's legit. And at the end of the day, it's just gambling, plain and simple. Most of the time, people are paying above MSRP for a chance at a hit. If you pull something, great, but if not, you're out of the money and the seller moves on to the next person in the chat. And there is so much manipulation behind all these creators on this platform. They have a ton of fake hype, they have fake giveaways, and streamers yelling, "Just one more pack, bro, you're hot right now." It's all just trying to convince people to spend more money on their stream, and it's the same psychology as gambling. Some sellers don't even send all of the cards that they paid for, they only send the rare and limited hits. People pay for their cards, then the sellers vanish, they get no refunds, no contact, they're just gone like nothing. I feel like if you run a rip and ship and don't open sealed product on camera, you're doing it wrong and you're lying to your audience. The people who are running these live streams aren't helping the hobby. If anything, they're just feeding off of it. It's manipulation when you push fake excitement and try to pressure these people on your live stream into buying more packs. These people who are turning the Pokemon hobby into a gambling stream are just making everyone else look bad too. Recently, there was even a father and son who got caught scamming doing the same exact thing. They were selling packs that were already opened and then had been resealed while claiming that they were untouched. But buyers in the chat began to notice the glue residue, they had missing hollows, and they even had cards in the wrong slots. The dad tried to claim it was just a factory issue, but really when every factory issue just happens to benefit the seller, everyone is calling bullshit. What makes it even worse is the example being set. A father is teaching his kid how to scam other collectors. And then whenever he was being called out, he blamed the seller instead of just taking accountability for what he did wrong. Honestly, that father is disgusting, especially for doing it with your kid around. Teaching his own kid how to scam people out of money is absolutely pathetic. It's bad enough they're doing it in the first place, but if you're caught doing something like that, you owe everyone who scammed you an apology and a refund. This is the reason why nobody trusts small sellers anymore. One of the craziest stories came from a Whatnot seller who claimed there was a $45,000 bounty for anyone who pulled the Moonbryon from Evolving Skies. Hundreds of people bought in and joined this live stream. This stream ran for hours and people were buying up hundreds and hundreds of packs of cards trying to pull that rare card. It was all marketed as the biggest Pokemon bounty ever. After a few hours, somebody actually pulled the card. The chat was going crazy and someone had just won 45 grand, but out of nowhere, the seller just stopped the recording and deleted the video. He said that it didn't count and he claimed the bounty was for a different card, but everyone watching knew what just happened. That 45 grand prize money was fake and the whole thing was designed to hype up sales and exploit these viewers into chasing a payout that never existed in the first place. This has to be one of the craziest marketing schemes in the Pokemon seller community. You can't promote an entire stream around pulling a single card and then accidentally lie about a $45,000 payout. This guy knew what he was doing. He was building hype intentionally. He was getting paid and a lot of people were buying his cards. But when someone actually pulled the card and won, he just ran away and hid. It's just crazy to me to think about all of the stuff that people think they're getting away with, especially when they're on a live video that people can record. And all of these issues around Pokemon aren't just online either. Theft is becoming more and more common at in-person real-life card shows. There are a ton of compilations and videos of kids and even adults stealing binders, slabs, and packs right off of the vendors' tables. At a Dallas card show, a vendor caught a kid on camera pocketing around $500 worth of cards, and then the kid acted like nothing happened. They try and play it off so smooth by going and walking up to the vendor's booth. They'll act like they're just browsing cards and want to shop there, but after doing some dilly-dallying, they'll just slip the card right under whatever they're holding and walk away like nothing. These vendors are now having to bring cameras and lock up their displays. Some are even wearing GoPros just to protect their inventory. These card shows used to be all about the community, but now these sellers are having to guard their stuff like they're running a gas station on the wrong side of town. And to me, I don't care how old you are, if you steal at a card show, you're trash. Even little kids know that stealing is wrong. And these vendors are spending money, travel, and setup to share what they love. And people think it's fine just to take from them right in front of their face. People like this don't belong at these events. And everyone else who respects the hobby shouldn't have to lock up their cards just to stay safe and avoid thieves. I'm not gonna lie, the Pokemon as a community can be pretty toxic. Some of the most infamous being the Scalpers. These are the people who show up before stores open, buy every single box, and then flip them for double online. Anytime a new set releases, you'll see people lined up at Target, Walmart, and GameStop, but a lot of times they're not genuine fans of Pokemon. They're just resellers trying to make a quick buck. And I've even seen people online bragging about how they cleared all of the shelves from their local Target, posting all of these pictures and flexing how much profit they made off of people who genuinely enjoy the hobby. They have rooms full of sealed product. Meanwhile, kids can't even get their hands on a single pack. The same thing happened with the McDonald's Pokemon promotion. These adults came in and bought out entire cases of Happy Meals just to resell the cards that came with them. And the thing is, scalpers have ruined everything about hobbies, especially the ones who don't even care about Pokemon or collecting. It's all about flipping product and making as much money as you can off of the people who actually enjoy the hobby itself. Whenever these people clean out all the shelves, they brag about it online and then try and sell it for double the price. That is literally just greed. You can't even find packs for kids anymore because grown adults are camping outside of Target for profit. And honestly, I feel like a big reason why the Pokemon community has become so toxic is because a lot of this behavior is normalized. People are constantly fighting over pack pools, accusing each other of lying, and then they argue about the prices nonstop. It feels like everything related to Pokemon is about profit and then the price tags, not actually enjoying the hobby for what it's meant to be. And then if someone speaks up against the creators behind these scams, they just get attacked by fanboys who defend the streamers because they like their content. And the result of this is a community that feels like they're afraid to call anyone out. Collectors of Pokemon used to share, trade, and connect, but it seems like everyone now is just suspicious. Every trade or sale feels risky because you don't know if you're going to end up buying something fake. Out of all of these problems and issues that are happening within the Pokemon community, it kind of feels like rip and ships are the new thing. But let's be honest, rip and ships are literally just gambling with extra steps. I mean, you're paying someone to open your pack of cards while a chat full of strangers watches. You hope you hit something valuable, but 99% of the time you really don't. You could just buy the packs for yourself online, but instead you're paying extra for someone to do it for you and then they call it an event. Even if the streamer isn't scamming, the setup is still made to keep you spending money. It blows my mind how many people keep buying into this stuff. Like paying extra just to watch someone else open the packs for you makes literally 0 sense. And then these streamers try and throw in a free gift that's usually a card that is literally worth nothing, or some cheap promo item that you can buy for 5 cents. People act like it's generous. These rip and ship sellers literally don't care about you. They care about keeping the money in, and if that means throwing in some free stuff, that's all that matters to them. If you actually care about Pokemon, stop giving these people your money. Literally just open your own packs or buy from someone you trust. And I understand the whole argument is like, oh, it's so hard to get your hands on packs. But whenever you're paying these people to open the cards for you, you're literally paying the same price as if you were to go on eBay or literally any other platforms that sells these cards and open it yourself. It feels like the hobby is just cooked. Pokemon collecting used to be about nostalgia, art, and community. But instead, right now, it feels like the space is flooded with scams, fake giveaways, resealed packs, and theft from card shows. You can't trust these sellers on Whatnot. You can't trust random streams. Even buying the sealed boxes is risky because of how much reselling happens behind the scenes. Pokemon collectors constantly have to be on guard, and it's exhausting. I think we're at the point where people who genuinely care about Pokemon have to decide which side they're on. You can't keep supporting these people who constantly scam and then pretend that you're into the hobby. And you can't call yourself a genuine collector if you're buying from thieves or people who are reselling packs. And most of the time, people don't genuinely want to do these things. It's just that cards are so hard to get a hold of. But if you genuinely care about the community, stop supporting these people. Stop watching their streams and giving them attention. Every time you support these people, you're just letting the hobby fall apart rather than protecting it for what it used to be. And it's just so sad to see how low that these people are scooping just to make some extra money. A lot of people into the hobby are kids too. If you're taking advantage of kids who just want to buy some packs of cards for their enjoyment, honestly, that's just super scummy. In my opinion, if you weigh packs, resale products, or fake bounties on a live stream, you're a scammer. And if you're a scalper who buys product to flip them for double, you're also a part of the problem. I feel like anyone in the community already knows that the Pokemon company is greedy enough. Having to deal with all these extra problems just makes it 10 times worse. And also, if you steal from vendors at card shows, you shouldn't be welcomed anywhere near the community. At the end of the day, Pokemon collecting should be about enjoying the cards themselves for what they are, not scamming people or taking advantage of them for some quick cash. I grew up with Pokemon cards and I was asking them for Christmas stocking stuffers at like 5 years old. I played all of the OG Game Boy games, my favorite one being Emerald. And I did get out of the hobby for a little while, but I always kept my old cards and all of my memorabilia. But I ended up getting back into it about 5 years ago. And seeing what's been happening in the community now versus whenever I was a kid is just insane. The hype of the hobby is absolutely insane. The prices of all these cards are insane. And it's just sad to see that people care more about money than what it's actually meant to be. But let me know what you think. Have you ever bought from a rip and shipper before? Personally, I think it's one of the stupidest ways to spend your money ever, especially when you can be opening those packs yourselves. But let me know your thoughts down below. And if you like content like this, feel free to check out some of the other videos on my channel that are similar to this one. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.